Hello everyone, and welcome back to Divine Journey 2. Last episode we built 2 multi-blocks. We started with the high voltage plasma fire, and we finished the episode out by unlocking alchemistry fusion, which allows much cheaper recipes overall. I have slowly been adding some more recipes to this. I think I'm going to take some time here just at the start to encode the rest of these. We also unlocked our neutronium seeds, and in fact I think we've built up enough to get another crux so that we can level these seeds up. Oh, we're missing nickel. Oh, this must be because I'm changing around the recipes. So yeah, last episode we worked through some more of these essences. We've got a few left to craft. We also built the next 2 creative items, the creative energy battery, and also the lightning cell. And now that we have fusion, we do have access to some of these alchemistry ingots, which we need for the next creative item, the creative capacitor. And our first quest of the day. So yeah, our goal for this episode is to unlock the creative tank. We have a few more essences we have to unlock and creative items we have to craft before then. But I think before we progress, I'm going to fill out the rest of this interface with the fusion recipes. And that will remove the need for dissolving as many resources as we previously had to. Alright, so it's now actually the next day for me here. I spent a couple of hours encoding these recipes for fusion. No doubt there's some I've missed, but I think I got the majority of these things. And this is awesome. There's so many things here we can make now much cheaper. So while I was encoding those things, I did also start crafting some more alchemical chests. And also some more of the resources we're going to need for today. So yeah, we've got 2 alchemical chests crafting, but with access to fusion we can create hassium ingots, which we've never made before. And to get the creative energy cube, which is the upgrade from the capacitor, we are just missing 4 fermium ingots. I'm not sure if I encoded the recipe for that already. We only have the compound in, so we need a chemical caster for the ingot. Oh yeah, this interface is filling up fast as well. Look at all these ingots from alchemistry. Alright, so 4 of those is just some tin. It will take a minute to process though, since fusion is super slow. Even with the watch, it's still way too slow. Oh, actually, you know what? We almost made a mistake. This was almost a big mistake to upgrade this. We have to take a step back first of all and make the essence of inversion. And as the quest book states here, this recipe costs 24 trillion RF, which is something we don't have. However, we do have the creative capacitor, which can help us with this. In fact, we have 3 creative capacitors, as the previous recipe tripled the output. So yeah, let's first of all look at making this essence of inversion, which luckily we do only need once. That's going to be this quest here to lead us into, what is this, repetition? And this leads us into the Infinity Ingots. I think all the inputs for these are going to be fine. It's all fairly easy to make at this point. We just have to make sure we can give this thing enough power. So the current setup we have here for power is we're using integrated tunnels with energy exporters, which can transfer up to this number of power. I hope that's actually going to be enough throughput for us for each injector, for it not to take like a year. So we'll hook up our creative capacitors here, I guess. I think all we have to do to add this in is just put in some interfaces on this. There it is, it started. Alright, 2%, 3%. Okay, this is a bearable speed, especially since it's 24 trillion RF. So in the meantime, let's look at what else we can do after we have this essence of inversion. So unsurprisingly, we have to craft this again into the next essence, which is done in the Hellfire Forge. We need a crystal cluster, the essence of inversion, an essence of enlargement, which I did craft yesterday actually. We have the recipe package in our ME system, and we can finish off this craft in the ultimate crafting table. We also need the hellish bauble from bewitchment. Very easy recipe to do. Alright, the crystal cluster is finished crafting, and also the essence of inversion. That's a lot of RF to be holding. So I guess while we're doing the essences, let's just make the next one. We have all the items needed for the Hellfire Forge. Let's see if we can grab it before it gets sucked out. Oh no, we missed it. It's back in our ME system. Oh, so we've run into a locked quest here, or 2 locked quests. Aha, so the quest for Field of Power is this Morning Star here in the Project E chapter. So we've got some tools to be making here. So we did look at this last episode. I think we've got all the way up to titanium tools. The next tier after this is to extreme craft into the Wyvern, then draconic, then the dark matter, then red matter, then the Morning Star. But I would really like to get the quest for this, and since we need 2 Morning Stars, we need to do this twice. I think for right now though, we're only going to make 1, because this is a lot of awakened cores. But we will make sure to encode recipes for all of these things. Alright, let's start at the bottom here. There is our Wyvern shovel, the Wyvern pickaxe. We are missing the sword, axe and bow, which actually I didn't account for. So I think we're going to have to go all the way down here and get all of these yeah. Oh, okay, so the sword has a slightly different upgrade path here. We have to take this into lightning craft, or is it void? No, we want this one, the electricium sword. Then the Skyfather sword. Oh no, we need the lightning fusion table to make mystic then it's heavy duty, then dash, then titanium, then the wyvern. Oh, and this sword doesn't have a multi-block recipe either, so we have to dismantle one of these things. I think it should be, yeah, there it is there, the lightning cell. Or no, wait a sec, it's not the lightning cell we want, it's the infusion table, this one. I'm gonna borrow that for a second. We have to give this some LE power. So now we can strike this. That's 100 LE. I didn't think we'd have to do this again. Hopefully for the last time. One more strike. Yep, there we go, we're crafting. Alright, next step is the heavy duty sword. Then the dash sword. Titanium. To make the wyvern sword though, we're going to need a lux saber, which is a lot of random ingredients here. And I think that, yeah, now we can get our sword of the wyvern. We'll have to do the same for the axe. So there is the cold iron axe. Then heavy duty. Then dash. Then titanium. And the axe of the wyvern is our second to last one for the quest. We also need the bow, which I didn't realise before, but yeah, look at this thing. Alright, there is our automated crossbow. You will need to make another lesser tartaric gem. There's so much manual crafting at this point. Okay, lesser tartaric gem. Then we combine that with some string, and this should give us our sentient bow, which allows us to craft the bow of the wyvern. Alright, now for the draconic set, and this is all fusion crafting. Looks like each one has got a unique singularity. Oh, plus the hole, we haven't made the hole yet. Oh no. Okay, well here we go again. Alright, so I've been waiting on this craft for quite a while. We currently have the hoe, the axe, the pickaxe, and the shovel. But the main thing we're waiting on is actually this laser. So let's make use of our creative capacitors and also the watch of flow and time to just help speed up this mechanism laser energy. The mechanism laser is usually the biggest bottleneck in this thing. And finally we have our draconic quest. So yeah, I noticed here while those tools were crafting that there is a quest for the draconic staff of power. And well, we technically don't need these apart from the fact that we need them for the quest itself. So we're going to do something a little bit sneaky here actually, and we're going to place some drawers, lock the items in there so that once we get vending, we don't have to craft up all those tools again. So from the draconic set we can get the dark matter shovels, and the hoe, the axe, there's the sword, the pickaxe, and also after just calculating this out, I didn't craft enough pickaxes, so I'm going to have to make another wyvern, as the pickaxe is also used for the hammer, which we need for the morning star. Alright, we got a second draconic pickaxe for now, which will turn into the hammer, but we do have to upgrade them all into red matter tools. That's one quest. Uh oh, did we miscount one? Oh, we're missing the shears? Oh, dark matter shears are made directly. Okay, there's no more crafting tree for that one. Okay, there's dark matter shears, red matter shears, and hopefully our quest. Nice, so that unlocks the Feel the Power quest, which is what was gating us. So right now we're really only interested in the Morning Star, which again we'll need a second one of. But we can also craft the Qatar while we're here. And I guess we don't really need the Draconic Bow either. That was just for the prerequisite quest. So yeah, now with the Morning Star we have to combine that into the Essence of Breaking. This is a big rabbit hole to jump down today. So for the Essence of Breaking we need the coloured lenses. I guess 16 lightning block breakers. I hope we have enough lightning charges for these. Let's find out, I guess. We are missing stalactite. Uh-oh. That's not good. Alright, we can add it into one of the quadrants of this farming station here. And we'll top it up with a little EMC. Actually, you know what? While the impetus is crafting, we can upgrade our capacitor to the energy cube. Now that we have that 24 trillion RF craft out of the way. And speaking of impetus, I don't really know what's going on with this crafter, but apparently our goddess pearl is gone. And it's actually eaten all of the impetus crystals. My inventory desyncs. Yeah, I have no clue what's going on with this thing. And I guess we have to make another goddess pearl so that we can craft with. So yeah, I guess now we're crafting our impetus crystals manually. Until I can get that issue sorted. Alright, anyways, there's our two coloured lenses. Which means I think we've got everything for the next essence. The Essence of Breaking. Alright, so our next objective is to get the next essence, which is the Essence of Unbroken. This combines the two previous essences we just crafted in the Empowerer this time. Alright, which one are we going to use here? We have to turn off the inserts for these things, I think. Yeah, that should allow us to pull the items out without it filling back up. So we need our Essence of Breaking in the middle, the other essence on the sides, along with 3 Athaxium pillars. This is a fairly simple upgrade though, once we have both of these essences. And there's our quest. Let's make sure we turn this back on though. Alright, we are one step closer to infinity. So we need the essence of continuity, which is actually in the arc furnace this time. Never thought we'd have to use this thing again, but it means we need 2 more coloured lenses. Okay, relocator obelisks. I don't think we've made these yet, to be honest, but they look fairly easy once we have the recipes. Oh, we need another essence of ways for this. Aha, that's right. Let's see if we can get one more. Yeah, looks like we can. Yeah, I think 2 episodes ago when we first made this clay, I did make some more of this. So we have some to spare here, but it looks like our industrial leather is now broken for some reason. It may have something to do with the stalactite, but it's not an episode these days without something breaking, right? And I already cut out so much of this troubleshooting like this every single episode. There's at least like 30 minutes of me running around wondering why stuff doesn't work. Yeah, we're not getting industrial leather here for some reason. It looks like it may be an issue with these crafters actually. This one has also desynced the inventory. Ah, and yeah, there's like inputs in the output slots. That's very strange. Oh, we have flying leather. I have no clue. I bet they're all like that as well. So I restarted the game and the server, and look what's showed up again. It's our goddess pearl. I have no clue what just happened there. But I'm glad the issue is resolved and we don't have to replace like hundreds of these RF Tools crafters. Buffers should start to fill again for industrial leather. Alright, so I put in all the recipes for the coloured lenses. We can also craft the celestial gateways that we need for the essence of ways. Alright, I think now we've got everything we need for the arc furnace. I'm not actually sure though if we still have our arc furnace operational. Doesn't look like we do. I forget how we even formed this thing. There we go, we have an arc furnace. Alright, then essence of ways goes where? Here. Condensed aurum, this bauble, the essence of unbroken, and 2 coloured lenses. I'm so glad we don't have to rebuild this thing at least. Alright, so let's take a break from these essences. I think I've said the word essence more times today than I have all year. So let's look at the next creative item, which is the energy source. This is the upgrade from the energy cube. And I noticed this takes 4 rainbow generators. I think we have the recipe still for this stuff. Yeah, we've got a rainbow generator recipe. Let's see if we can get 4 of these things. Wow, I am surprised. We can just straight up request these. Let's see, we also need 4 more taste of rainbows, which is fairly simple, 4 RF batteries, and some copernicium. Let's also make sure we keep requesting the alchemical chests for the energy condensers that we need. I don't want to be stuck in a situation where we're waiting on those things again. Let's make use of our ME system downtime to craft these. Alright, there's one more alchemical chest. That was actually fairly quick. I think I cancelled the craft earlier on. But let's see if we can get our next condenser. A fishing controller, I should have guessed. But yeah, now that we have fusion, some of the stuff in this recipe is a lot cheaper. It just takes longer because of fusion. Anyway, the rainbow generators have crafted, which means we can get our next creative item, the energy source. And next up is the creative RF source. I'm not entirely sure what the difference between these 2 things are. I guess one's extra utilities, one's draconic evolution. But this time it is an expensive upgrade. Alright, I think I got all the recipes in. Let's see if we're missing anything. Wow, we're actually not, and it's only 500,000 bytes. That is very surprising. That rarely ever happens. And similar to what we done with the mechanism lasers, we can also place our spare capacitor on this thing. Hopefully it should speed it up. I mean, we've got like thousands of this barium to create. I guess we could still just melt it from barium sulfate, which would be a lot faster from crystalline ingots. But this way is much cheaper. To be able to craft our creative tank once we have the RF source. Oh, you know what? I think we actually need 2 RF sources. Because we need one for the drum, one for the tank. And then this is used in the blood droplet, the activation crystal, the sacrificial dagger, the blessed stone, and then the ME essential storage, the creative mana tablet. Where does this rabbit hole end? The creative mana pool, and this is the creative chest. So yeah, we are still ages away from this thing. But let's just take it one step at a time and try to get the creative tank first. So to get tank, we also need the oxygen supply. Yeah, the quest calls for 4. Alright, so I put in all the recipes for the oxygen supplies. And we're apparently missing the 32 oxygen tanks. I think that is because it has to be full. We can't use the empty tanks, and we don't have a recipe for full. So to get 32 of the empty ones, which we'll have to fill of course, we need 45 of these urns. Well, to get the urns, we need 45 of these bowls to use in the crucible. And we do have these automated, however, we are out of bark. And this is something we have yet to automate. We only need a few hundred every now and then. So we're going to make good use of Vein Miner here and also tidy up this forest a bit. It's been a while since I've been out here actually. Kind of strange seeing the base from this perspective as well. I wonder if the watch of flow and time works on these things. I'd imagine it. Oh yeah, it does. Nice. And that is also our RF source crafted. At least the first one. There it is, the Creative RF source. Let's also just clean the quest rewards here. There's some singularities, some white matter. The rest of these I think is just covalence dust, which really isn't that useful at this point. Alright, now we can request our oxygen. I'm hoping these are going to be easy to fill over here, as we're not buffering any oxygen. We're just going straight from the collector into the compressor. But hopefully the watch of flow and time works on this thing. Well, let's find out, I guess. So this is like the current rate, 40 per second, I guess. Oh, that definitely works. Yeah, nice. Not enough energy though. Although we do have a creative RF source. Oh, that's so much better. Alright, we got all 32 tanks filled. Let's request our 4 infinite oxygen supplies. And this I believe will use the last of our infinite batteries that we have. So we crafted up 5 for the quest, and we used 1 for the power cell, leaving us with 4, which we're now using for the oxygen supplies. And I can't really figure out why it wants us to make 4 of these things. Oh, the drum cost 2 and the tank also cost 2. I thought these were 1 each. Okay. So yeah, once we have that quest, we also need the reacting quest, which aren't too difficult quests actually. Does require 2 more creative modifiers for this, and another 2 for the coolant port. This is like so much crafting today. Alright, this should be our 4 creative modifiers finished, or at least the packages for them. And these things for sure are much cheaper now that we have fusion. So to get the ports we need, we're missing a recipe for oganesson. I don't think this is one we've encoded before. So this has atomic number 118. So we can use molybdenum and osmium, which is 76 and 42, which should give us 118 and this compound we're after. And then we just need the chemical caster step to turn it into the ingot. Now we can request our steam generator. Oh, and it looks like the infinite oxygen supplies should be finished. Okay, there's the first one. There's the second. Oh, they don't stack, of course. Third oxygen supply. And number 4 should give us our quest. And that is also the coolant ports finished. Give us the next quest, which I think this opens up our creative tank. Alright, so for our creative tank, we're actually not too far away. We need, what, 8 ultimate fluid tanks? And we're missing reinforced alloy. That's not a good sign. Did the buffer just empty, or is it actually broken? It is actually broken. We don't have enough power here, and I know exactly the reason why. So, while I was setting up Fusion, I accidentally deleted this channel on the quantum entangler which removed it for every single entangler porter in the base. So all day today I've been troubleshooting this, trying to set all these again, and I must have missed this one. And then other than that, it's just some more alchemistry ingots, and 2 more coloured adhesive, which we have. And after a bit of fusion crafting, we have the Creative Fluid Tank. Oh yeah! No quest? Uh-oh. Did we miss something? Oh no, we got the quest. We just didn't get a notification apparently. Well, in any case, this is awesome. And yeah, the quest book does mention that we have to use this thing for liquid space. Before we look into that though, let's craft our energy condenser. And I noticed actually for the last few days we're out of demon will again, which probably means our hellfire forges haven't been working for quite some time. I've manually been filling in with a few hundred every now and then, just from our tablet here. But now that we have an energy condenser back, we can hook this back up to this temporary setup down here and start producing thousands of demon will to refill our buffers again. Okay, so let's have a look at this liquid space, which is one of the first essences we started working on actually. So we need this essence of extension here, which does require another enlargement essence, which is currently crafting. You may be able to hear it over there. So while we're waiting on that thing, we do also need 2 more singularities actually. Well, I guess technically they're not singularities, but we make them in the neutronium compressor. So for the enclosement, we need 100 cardboard boxes, which takes a dolly each actually. And the second one is the essence of opening, which requires 1,000 oak doors. And this is something again that we only have to do once, so we can just manually fill in the compressor here. Alright, easy 2 quests, right? To continue any further though, we need to make the essence of space. And as the quest book recommends, we need to use our creative fluid tank to make infinite amounts of this, as we're going to be using this inside the liquid crafter to create the essence of dimensionality. And we need a total of 64 buckets of this stuff. And this liquid space actually comes in item form, so I believe we have to trade with the elves for this thing. And hopefully, they give us some liquid space. Nice. So now we can melt this into liquid form in the magma crucible, put this inside our creative tank, Now, I have had a warning actually that the Creative Tank has NBT data whenever you place this down, and this craft for the reservoir requires the Creative Tank to have no NBT on it, which is a bug in the pack. So I think we're going to have to do some, either spawn in a new one or remove the NBT data from it, as it's clearly the intention of the pack for us to be able to use this for liquid space and then craft it into the reservoir. So yeah, I think that's something that's going to get fixed, but not something we have in this version. So yeah, we can create our infinite liquid space, and I think we're just waiting on the essence of enlargement crafting, which actually has gotten stuck here on this perpetuator, as I noticed that we were out of tungsten. I have the last of it stored here in our dropper, but we have Creative Tank now, don't we? So let's make sure not to void this liquid space. We'll store some of it in this dropper for later. And I always forget how to clear this thing. Is it just shift right click? Yeah. We can put in our molten tungsten and drop this next to the liquid crafter. And a full resonant tank should do us for the rest of the pack, to be honest. And you know what, let's actually think about what else we should use our Creative Tank on while we have it. Let's see if there's any other fluids that need topped up. Iodine we're good for. We have plenty of that stuff. Helium gas, we could do with a bit more helium gas. And even though it is a gas, I do think it counts as a liquid in the game. And you know what, let's finally get rid of the troubles of this Evilcraft blood. Let's Creative Tank this stuff. And I guess we'll use fluid lasers. And we have a full black hole tank of this stuff now. So yeah, maybe let's just turn off the spawner. There's no need to spawn these guys anymore. Yeah, no more Catalines. Trying to think about what else we really need to use this tank for. I mean, there's actually not that much. We could use it for like growth infusion liquid, but we really don't need this stuff. Plutonium, I mean, it's fully automated, right? So yeah, just flying around here, I'm not really sure what else to actually use this thing on. It's not like Omnifactory where we really need fluids after tank. Well, in that case, let's work on the essence of repetition, which puts together the essence of movement and the essence of logic. I know that it's a lot of like going back and forward between different recipes and things, but these are all like one-off recipes that you only actually need to do once. So this makes use of our plasma fire, this tall multi-block that we built last episode. So it should just be a matter of requesting this recipe. We already have both of the input items. Easy quest. And there is also one other essence we haven't looked at yet, which is the essence of additivity. And this thing is actually going to require an irradiant star for Avitas, I believe. I think this is Avitas at least. Yeah, it looks like it is Avitas. Nice. Which then has to go through the Ender Crafter to make the Ender Star. I think we'll need a few of these eventually, but we only need one right now for this essence. And this also requires enhanced Ender Ingots, which have to be made in the Crucible, which only come from the blocks, which is from the box of Eternal Closures from the Enderman. Luckily though, we did craft extra, and we have 17 spare ingots, which I think is just going to be enough for us to finish this out. In fact, let's request some more Star Metal Singularities for after. Right now though, we only need one. So yeah, this essence really only requires some alchemistry ingots, some calculation processors for some reason, and I think we're just waiting on a couple more ingots of neodymium to give us one of the last essences. Still a few more to go. And our essence of enlargement is also finished crafting, which we then have to throw it into a bucket of growth infusion liquid. So I think we just place this in world, throw in 64 pistons, the essence of enlargement, and the essence of length. And we get the extension. Oh no, I didn't realize these were dimension builders. Oh no, these are very expensive to craft. Yeah, I thought these were just regular builders, but nope. Alright, let's get a recipe for these. I think we made them manually the first time. So can we request 2 more of these things? We apparently can. Not even 1,000,000 bytes either. Alright, that's going to take a while. So you know what, since this is going to take so long, I think we're going to wrap things up here. It's been a lot of crafting today, I know. Yeah, we're getting through this creative chapter. And I think actually next episode is going to be the key to infinity. There is not going to be an episode for the next 2 days, obviously due to the holiday period. So I want to take this opportunity to wish everyone happy holidays. I hope you guys have a good weekend. I'm going to try to get all the stuff pre-crafted before the next episode though, which should come out the day after Christmas. But it's going to be a lot of expensive crafting. Mainly the energy condensers, of which we need another few actually. But yeah, next episode is definitely going to be this key, and we'll be able to find out the truth from this thing. But then afterwards, I mean, there is still the chapter 30, which I do intend to play through. I'm not entirely sure how long this will be, but there is a puzzle tied to this chapter. And as I stated at the beginning, the goal is to finish out every single quest, so there's a couple we have to clean up here. Most will be made easier with creative chest and vending, but there's a few things we can't just vending our way out of. So yeah, that'll be a lot of fun. But definitely not long left in the series now. I kinda don't really want this to end either. I've become like strangely attached to this base. But at the same time, I'm also ready to move on in a way. There's still a little bit of building left to finish up as well. Need to figure out what I'm going to do with that room there, and also cap this room here off. But yeah, I think that's going to do us for today, so thank you again for watching, and I'll see you all soon after the holidays for one of the last episodes of Divine Journey 2.